Teacher Penny. Here, I'm Penny Davis from the Facebook groups VIPKid Teachers Wanted and VIPKid Teachers Hired. And we have two groups to help you in your new journey with VIPKid. The first one, VIPKid Teachers Wanted, is for those of you who are still in the process of getting hired by VIPKid. We have a support group that is a great support group to help you through the process. We answer your questions. We have coaching sessions for those who are going through the process, and we have all kinds of helps already posted there to help you through every step of the process. If you have not applied for VIPKid yet, I'm not sure why you're watching this video, because this video is about getting that you're already hired. But if you, whatever reason, if you have not applied for the process yet, please be sure and use my referral link. It's going to be here in the description here on YouTube, and I can help you all the way through the process. If you are in the process of being hired by VIPKid and you just want to know more information about it, and you have not used a referral code or link, please add my referral code to your application. Look up in the top right corner of the VIPKid portal, the website, and click on my account, and then look down, and if it says add referral code, you can put my code in there, Penny0008. Penny 0008, and you can add my code into your application, and I can help you more through the process there. Now, if you have already been hired, join the second group that you see there. That is the Facebook group VIPKid Teachers Hired. That is a support group for all teachers who have been hired. We have teachers in that group that have been teaching for 2 days or 2 years or 3 years or whatever. We've got all kinds of teachers in there. We're a very kind group. I don't put up with a lot of drama in there, but we really do ask questions, and we have got a great community of friends that just happen to teach together with the VIPKid. So come join us in VIPKid Teachers Hired once you are hired. So in that group and in the wanted group, as we get teachers hired, I get a lot of the same questions of, okay, I passed my mock classes. Now what do I do? And so this video is going to walk you through what you need to do with all the different steps of where you are if you have just passed your mock class in the certification center, and what do you do next. Okay, so this is an update. I did one about a year ago, but a lot of the process has changed, so it's time for a new video. So this one, let's start off talking about the certifications and what happens with the different certifications. Now, you have just come through the certification center, and you had 3 choices within the certification center. You could do the level 2 interactive one, you could do the level 3, or the level 4 and 5. Okay, you could choose any one of those, and for whichever one you chose, you were given 2 lessons to teach. You prepared both of them. You took the mock class, and they told you teach one of these, and then you passed. Okay, now you only have to pass one of those. Okay, you only have to pass one in order to be hired by VIPKid. Okay, so you only have to do one of those, but you can do more than that if you want to. Here's my recommendation, okay? So if you have just gone through, I recommend that you start with level 3. Okay, start with the level 3 certification center. That one teaches the basic VIPKid teaching style. It teaches you how to use TPR. It teaches you how to use synthetic phonics. It teaches you how to take out the incidental language and to use target sentences, and all of that kind of stuff is in the level 3 interactive lesson, level 3 lesson, not interactive. Okay, so I really encourage you to start with that one, because it's the most it's what we do most of our teaching style with. Okay, so start with that one and pass that one. Okay, then once you pass that, they're going to have you upload all your documents, and we'll talk about documents here in just a second. They'll have you upload all of your documents. While those are being approved, I recommend that you go back and do the level 2 interactive mock class. So do a second mock class and get the level 2 interactive. And let me tell you why I tell you to do this. Because we get most of our bookings in level 2 and level 3. Okay, that's where most of our bookings come from. For me personally, I teach probably 90% of my classes are level 2 and level 3. Okay, that's where most of our bookings come from. I get a few older kids, but most of my stuff is level 2 and level 3. And I want you to have the most opportunities to be booked as soon as possible, because you're here to make money, right? You don't make money until you teach classes. So I want you to have the most opportunities to be booked as quickly as possible. So I want you to come in certified to teach level 2 interactive and level 3. Now the level 2 interactive lessons, you can move things around on the screen and do a lot of fun stuff, but you need to know the basic VIPKid teaching style first. So learn that in the level 3 one. Then go back and learn the level 2 interactive, how to move things around on the screen and all that. Don't worry about level 4 and 5, okay? Not yet, okay? Wait until after you're hired and you're teaching some, then you can add level 4 and 5. There are other things that you are going to need to add before you add level 4 and 5, and we'll talk about that later in the video. So, my recommendation, again, this is in Penny's humble opinion, right? In my opinion, you need to do level 3 first and then go back and do level 2, then sign your contract. Okay, so let's talk about your documentation. So you've passed at least one. If you did it in a different order, it doesn't really matter. Okay, just as long as you pass at least one of the levels of the certification center. Once you pass that one, they're going to want your documentation for that. You're going to upload all of this information. You're first going to need a picture. Your main picture is going to be on there. Now, you want, for this picture, you want it to be interesting. Okay? I don't recommend a very stiff, formal picture. Okay? They get lots of these professional headshots, formal looking pictures. Maybe your picture from the last school yearbook or something like that. And they're very stiff and they're very formal, and it might be a good picture of you. But think about this. You've got parents that are looking at a sea of pictures of all of these teachers. What makes you stand out? Okay? Is it your winning smile? Is it your background? Is it your puppet or your stuffed animal that you're holding, or maybe your pet? You might be able to get away with a picture of your pet. Who knows? Is it your background? Is it your purple hair? Who knows? You want something that's going to make you stand out from the crowd of all these other teachers. Okay, so think about what you can have, what kind of picture you can have for your main picture. You don't want to have great lighting. You want to have bright colors on. Make sure, ladies, you don't want too much of the, yeah. No cleavage showing, please, okay? For any of your pictures. You don't want to show too much of that. But just have something that catches attention for that main picture, because that's the first thing they see is that main picture. Then you're going to have 2 secondary pictures on there. Those can include hobbies. They can include your family, your pets, so anything like that, just to give a little bit more of the information and give a little bit more idea of who you are. So choose those other 2 pictures. Maybe it's a good vacation photo. Maybe it's a picture of you're outside somewhere. Okay, something interesting like that for your secondary picture. So you've got the main picture, 2 secondary pictures. Then you're going to upload a video. This is a short video. They say 15 to 30 seconds. It can really be up to 60 seconds, okay? You can shoot this on your phone. You can shoot it on your computer, whatever you want to do. You can do it in your classroom is fine. You can do it outside. Lots of different options there. But it just needs to give them a little taste of who you are, your personality, your teaching style, okay? And it can be something as simple as, "Hi, I'm Teacher Penny JT with VIPKid. I love to sing, la 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 la, and I have a great time singing in my classroom. A, B, C, D." You get the idea. Come see me in my classroom and come have your child join me for a class. I'm an expert in grammar and pronunciation correction. Talk about what you're really good at with VIPKid in this. Make it fun. Add some graphics, add some music, add all that. If you don't know how to do that, ask a teenager. They can do it for you. Get your local teenage kid to come do it for you, and they can put together some really fun stuff with you with that. So just make a really interesting video that puts that in there. Okay, then you're also going to write a bio, and I forgot to list the bio here. You're going to write a short bio that talks about they want to see first. The first thing the parents are looking for is your education. So you need to list on there first what your degree is in. You do not need to list the school. They don't know our schools, okay? So unless it's something like Harvard or Yale, they don't care about your school, okay? So just list what your degree is in, particularly if it's in any kind of education, because many of the parents are looking for teachers with degrees in education. Now, your degree can be in something else, but if it's in education, make sure you list that on there, okay? So, hi, I'm Penny Davis, and I have a Bachelor of Music in Music Education and master's work also in music education. And then they want to hear your experience, okay? What experience you have. I taught public school music in an elementary school for 3 years, and then private school and private tutoring for the last 15 years. And so something like that. Whatever your experience is. They don't want to know that you taught second grade for 3 years at Austin Elementary in Mesquite. They don't want to know that, okay? They want to know I have X number of years of experience in public schools teaching grades 2 through 5. Okay, make it simple like that. They don't need to know I taught second grade for 2 years and fourth grade for 3 years. Just give them the brief version of that. Okay, if your experience is something like homeschool, I would, if I were, since homeschool is not legal in China, I would use something like private tutoring instead of saying homeschool. I have listed in my bio that I taught my children at home. Rather than the word homeschool, I did teach my children homeschool up until this past year. And so you can put in there that you were a private tutor for all grade levels and all subjects, for 10 years, 11 years, whatever it is. Okay. If your experience is anything like, if it's in church or preschool or anything like that, just play it up as much as you can of how many years of experience you have with children. Okay, then you can talk about things that you enjoy doing, hobbies that you have, or maybe you could talk about what you're an expert at. If you're an expert in grammar, or if you're an expert in pronunciation correction, or something like that, in order to make yourself look better. Think about what the parents might be looking for. Think about what you have to offer that nobody else has. Okay, I play up my music a lot. I was a music education major. I was a voice major, and so I sing a lot in my classes, okay? And so I play that up in my bio, and I talk about how we use music to learn grammar, and we use music to remember vocabulary words, and I use that a lot. Seems to work. I've got lots of students that book with me. So that's the main things you're going to do. Is the picture, all the pictures, the video, and then your bio. Remember, all of those things are going to be seen by the parents. So write them from the point of view of the parent. Okay. You're also going to need to put to get transcripts or pictures of your diploma. If you have your diploma from college, you can just take a picture of it and send that to them for it. If you don't have it, like I did, I have no clue where my diploma is. I contacted my university, and they were able to send me PDFs of my transcript for like $5. Okay. And so I was able to get them very quickly. So just contact your university if you do not have copies of your transcripts. If you have a copy of your transcript, you can scan it and send them that one as well. If you have any kind of certifications like a teaching certificate, ESL certificate, anything like that, take a picture of it or scan it in and send that in with it as well. Even if your teaching certificate is expired, send it in, because it still counts that you have been certified at some point. Okay, so go ahead and send that in with that. You're also going to need a scan or a picture of your Social Security card for the background check with that. And yes, I know some people are like, I'm sending my Social Security card to China. It's okay. They have to check your background, okay? They have to do a background check in order to, since we're working with children, we have to prove that we are safe to be around these children. So the background check, they're just looking for criminal type of things that would affect children, okay? They're not going to, something like, a traffic ticket or something like that. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for criminal offenses against children. So if you've got, I don't know, child pornography or something like that, don't bother. But if you've got something like a trafficking thing, that's all that they're looking for. Okay. So those are the documents that you're going to upload. And so get those uploaded to them. It usually takes 24 to 48 hours for everything to be approved, for your background check to go through. And then they'll say, okay, you can sign your contract. That's where you can either sign the contract or you can wait until you have finished this other mock class. If you're going to do the second mock class, it's up to you which one you want to do. Okay, so there is a tax form, and a lot of people have questions about this tax form. So I'm going to walk you through the tax form, and you might need to screenshot this so that you can remember it when it comes time to filling out the tax form. This is for Americans only. If you are Canadian, sorry, can't help you. Good luck. And what is it y'all say in Canada? What's the thing that they all say in Canada? Trying to remember. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, so I can't help you if you have a Canadian form, but I can help you if you're an American, okay? This is the W-9 form, and you're going to fill it out all online. You're going to enter your name. There is no business name. Now, this is for your average teacher, okay? This is not if you're doing something fancy with your taxes and doing an LLC or anything like that. If you're just an average person that's filing a regular tax return, this is what you're going to do. Okay. By the way, you really need to consult a CPA about any kind of tax issues. Okay. This is not dealing with tax issues. I'm just telling you how to fill out the W-9 form. Okay. So you're going to put in your name, full name, make sure it matches the name that you registered with VIPKid under. If they don't match, they're going to send it back to you. Okay. So put in your name. There is no business name. You don't put VIPKid or anything like that because that's all you do. Just your name. Then you need to mark it as an individual or sole proprietor. And then that's in box 3. And then put in your address, city, state, zip code, everything. Then in part 1, on the top line, you're going to put in the social security number. If you are doing an LLC, that's where you would put the tax ID number for the LLC. I'm not getting into that. Don't know enough about it. I don't want to tell you what to do wrong. I know just for a regular thing, just put in your social security number on that one. And then in part 2, there are 4 boxes there. You have to check all 4 boxes, okay? And I don't remember what they all are, but I know that applies to those of us who are just regular folks filing an income tax return, okay? So all 4 boxes have to be checked, and then you type in your name to sign it. It probably has you enter the password for VIPKid just to confirm that you are who you said you were, or whatever. And that signs the W-9 form, okay? So it's all done online now. You don't have to download it and print it out and sign it and all that fun stuff. All done online. Okay. All right. That's the W-9 form. Then once you finish that then you'll be able to sign that contract. You sign the contract electronically. You type in your name. Again, it'll have you enter your password, and you are ready to start teaching. Do make sure that your name on the contract, on your tax form, all of that stuff, make sure it's your legal name. Okay. You may have signed up and started things off with a nickname that you go by or something like that. But once you get into the actual teaching part of this and the contract and all that, make sure that it is under your legal name and that they all match. If they don't match, they're going to send them back to you. Oh, one thing I didn't think about on the documents, if your degree is in another name than your current legal name, like if you got married, like me, I got married long long after college. So my degree is in my maiden name. My official name now is Davis. Okay, so you will need to upload a picture of your marriage certificate just to prove that. Maybe a divorce decree or something like that. If you have that, if you've got anything that shows name changes, you need to upload a picture of that just to prove that you are the person that you said you are on that transcript. Okay, they have also taken pictures of wedding invitations, pictures of a newspaper announcement about your wedding, things like that have also proved the name change. So just be aware that they may ask for that. They may not, okay, but they may ask for for some kind of documentation to show that you are the same person as listed there. Okay, all right. So now you are an official VIPKid teacher. Woohoo! Yay! And the whole portal opens you, and you can hear the heavens singing. Whoa! And the whole portal opens and you can see everything on the VIPKid page. Isn't it exciting? So I'm going to show you the VIPKid portal. Shh, don't say that. Tell them that I'm going to show you this because I want to show you. You are probably most interested in how quickly can I get booked and start teaching because you want to make some money. Yes. Okay. So this is how you open this. I'm going to give you the very basic things of how to open slots to get booked by VIPKid. Okay, so walk with me, shall we? Let's walk over and see the VIPKid website. Okay, so this is the VIPKid website, and you can see that along the top here, I hope that you can see my cursor moving. You may not be able to see my cursor. Maybe not. Anyway, over there at the top, see on that orange band over here, the orange band at the very top, it says home, and then library, then certification, then bookings, then classroom, and then there's several other things, okay? The one you're looking for says bookings, okay? So you're going to click right there, and I'll put an arrow here in the video. You're going to click right there where it says bookings on that page. Okay, and then you are going to go down and you're going to scroll back and forth. Now that it's right behind my head, right? Let me move this over here to the side so you can. Let me try. Nope, that's not it. Okay, let's move over here so you can see. Look, there's my kitchen. Don't look at how messy it is. Okay, so. All right, over here you can see the dates. Okay, so I'm looking at one. This is January of 2019, and here are the days that I'm looking at. So this is in a couple of weeks that's coming up. Now, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, across there. You can see it has the dates, and it does have the dates for each one there. Okay, so what it has is you see some of them are just gray. Here on the video, it looks white, but they are actually gray. And then some of them have a little thing in it that says hot, and then some of them have a red hot one. Okay, the ones that say hot, those are our most popular times to get booked. We call those peak times. The ones that are in red and say hot, those are peak time, PPT times, okay? Those are the most popular times to be booked for classes. It is 7 to 9 o'clock at night in China. Okay, and for me, I'm Eastern time zone. I'm in North Carolina. For me, that translates now in the winter time. It translates to 6 to 8 o'clock in the morning for my time zone. Okay, so you can see on my calendar here that I start teaching at 6 a.m. So the slots that you see here that are blue are open slots ready for them to be booked by a student. Okay, they have only the one, you see the one that's in green right there in the middle, that one has been booked by a student. Okay, now this is 2 weeks away from right now, and I didn't teach earlier this week. The students can, if they take, like the student that you see there in the green, his name is Leo, and I taught him this morning in class, and so he was able to book me for the same time slot 2 weeks weeks from the time that he took that class. Okay. So that's why you see him listed there. I didn't teach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week because it was Christmas, and I didn't teach at that time. And so that's why the other days are not really filled in that much with this one. Okay. But I want to show you how do you open a slot to be booked. Okay. So I'm going to open a slot over here on Saturday. Now, the first thing you have to see is up at the top of the page, and let me scroll over just a bit so you can see it. Well, it's not letting me scroll over, but over here by the This Week, okay, just to the right of that is an orange button that says Unlock. Now, they have this thing where when you just first come onto this booking page, and as you're scrolling around and looking on it, it is locked so that you don't accidentally click on a slot and open it and not while you're scrolling through. That happened a lot. People would open one by accident and not really know that they did it, and then they ended up with a booking at a weird time that they couldn't teach. And like, I didn't open that slot. Yeah, you did, but you did it by accident. So they have it where it is locked now, and you have to unlock the entire page in order to do anything to open those slots. So you click Unlock. Okay, and now everything has turned white. All of the stuff that's not that is not open has turned white. And I'm going to show you over here on Saturday at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to click on that slot. Okay, so now you notice that it comes up with a little black box, and that tells me what time it is in Beijing time and what time it is in my local time. Make sure that your time zone is set correct, and that'll be correct. So I'm going to click on that slot, and then another box comes up, and you see this box also has the time on it, and it says course, and then a C in a box. I click on that little circle. Okay, and it's not showing my cursor for some reason, but anyway, you get the idea. I click on that little circle, and see that makes it fills in that circle. Now it is available. Now see how the box has turned blue. Okay, that means that slot is now open to be booked. If I want it to be booked within 24 hours, okay, well, right now, the way it's set, it can only be booked up to 24 hours before that class time. So it can only, if it's at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning, so at 6 o'clock on Friday morning is the last time that slot can be booked. Okay. Now, if I click short notice down here at the bottom of that, see how that changed? Now it says short notice, and the blue slot says short notice on it. Now that slot can be booked anytime up to 1 hour before class time starts. Okay, so that can be booked anytime up to 1 hour. Okay, so now that slot is open. It is ready to be booked for that. If I want to say, no, I've decided I don't want to teach that way, hover right back over that same slot. I do not want to teach on Saturday. I don't teach on Saturdays anymore. I just teach Monday through Friday. So I can hover over that one, and I can just click close. And now the slot is not open for booking anymore. As long as the slot is not been booked, you can open and close it as many times as you want to. Okay. When you do open your slots, open as many as you can. Okay. Especially as a brand new teacher, open as many as you can, particularly slots that are in the hot times, or especially the really hot times. Okay. The PPT times, and all weekend is a great time to teach. You can teach all night Friday night, all night Saturday night. Here's a little strategy. A lot of brand new teachers will do a couple of all-nighters Friday night and Saturday night to get started. From then on, they have no problems getting bookings, okay? Because once they see that you've taught, 10, 20, 30 classes, parents go, okay, they must not know what they're doing, so it's okay to book them. So open as many slots as you can, and hopefully you'll get booked very soon. Now, I have a whole other video that talks about some strategies to get bookings. It is called, let me see, I can't remember the name of it. It is called, it's over here somewhere. Where did I put it? Here it is. VIPKid, how to get bookings. Well, that's a simple name, isn't it? I should be able to remember that one, right? Anyway, you are going to want to go watch that video, and it has lots of great strategies for how to get bookings, how to make yourself where you can be seen more, all of those kind of things. So be sure and go watch that movie, or movie. Go watch that video here on my YouTube page. I will link it down here in the description of VIPKid, how to get bookings. Okay, so you've opened your slots in the bookings tab, and now you are going to go and you are going to watch when you get a little green box like this. That means that you have been booked for something. You probably will get a notification on your phone. Be sure and download the VIPKid phone app. You will probably get a notification on your phone that you've been booked. Hopefully you will get that. If not, just keep watching that. Keep watching your schedule. Keep track of it. Keep looking at it. If you have slots open, it is your responsibility to make sure that you're watching them. Okay, there have been a lot of teachers that get booked for a class and they don't see it because they don't watch their schedule. Okay, so you must keep an eye on your schedule, particularly if you have it marked as you're available within 24 hours. So, okay, so what I would do is if I would when I first started, I would open up slots in the evening. Those don't book real well during the week because that's while the kids are in school. Okay, but I'd try it out and see. And so I would have slots open from 9 o'clock until midnight, 1, 2 o'clock, something like that, just praying for a booking, anything. And in fact, my first booking was at 2 o'clock in the morning. I remember that now. Crazy. But my very first booking was at 2 o'clock in the morning, my time. So I would watch that and I would leave them available short notice. And then when I was like, okay, that's it, I can't handle it anymore, I'm going to bed, I would close them out. Okay, just close all of those slots that had not been booked yet. And then I would say, all right, I still have slots open starting at 6 o'clock in the morning. And so I would leave those open. I would leave them available for 24-hour notice. And then I would wake up about 5 and check my phone. I would look in the schedule on my phone. Have I been booked? Nope, I haven't been booked. All right, that's it. I can't stand it. I got to get some sleep. I would close the slots and go back to sleep. Okay, so lots of those kind of strategies, but your biggest thing is you want to get as many slots open as you can around your schedule in order to get those bookings started. Once they get started, they get rolling pretty quickly. Now, once you get booked for a class, you're like, oh no, what do I do? I've got a class. Ah! Okay, there is another tab up here at the top on that orange bar up there that says classrooms. Okay, and that's where all of your classrooms are going to be. All of your classes are going to be listed. So this one is, these show all of my classes that I have tomorrow. And for each one of them, I can look on it and see, I can click the classroom tab that takes me into the classroom. And then there's another one that says materials. You can click on that one and see the material. You can see the lesson that you're going to be teaching. As soon as you get booked, you can see the lesson that you're going to be teaching. You can get into the actual classroom and practice in the classroom about 48 hours before the lesson. So you've got plenty of time to get in there and practice. Okay. All right. Let's go back to this one, and we're going to talk about what you need to do next in order to do this. So you've got your slots open, you're ready to go, and you're just waiting for those. Okay, this is not a time to sit around and go twiddly-dee, twiddly-dum. Okay, this is where you start developing your work with VIPKid. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to add every certification you possibly can. Now, the certifications determine what classes you can teach. Now, hopefully you have already done the level 2 interactive and the level 3 before you were hired. If you didn't, those are the first 2 things you need to make sure that you have. Okay, so the process is a little bit different after you sign your contract. If you, for any of these, you have to take a quiz, and then you, for most of them, you are going to teach a class, but you're going to teach it in an empty classroom. There won't be a teacher in there. There won't be a student there. You pretend like there's a teacher there. Remember Dora when she said, "What do you think?" and you pretend like they're there and you let them pretend to answer and all that. So you're going to do those demo classes. You're going to record them in the classroom so that they can be submitted to them, and they'll review them. They'll watch them and review them, and they'll give you the certification. Several people have had to do them at least twice in order to pass it, but you can add those. So as soon as you can, add the level 2 interactive, and the level 3. Then don't do 4 and 5 yet. Let's wait on 4 and 5. The next thing I suggest that you add is trials. Okay, take over there on the VIPKid website. You remember that red or orange band at the top that had all home and library and certification? Click on certification and then click on major course there, and that will show you all of the certifications that you can add. And you want to add the trials certification. This teaches you the process of teaching trial classes, and so make sure that you go add the trials as soon as you can. The trial classes are kind of the bread and butter of new teachers. We teach a lot of trial classes. These are the ones for the students that are just checking out VIPKid. They get to take 3 free classes, and so the parents take advantage of that. So be sure and to get that trial certificate. The great thing about trials is if you are the last teacher to teach them before they sign up, you get a $5 bonus. That can add up a lot. So trial classes are great, and the trial classes are often booked within 24 hours. So I didn't say this a while ago. You get a $2 bonus. If the class is booked within 24 hours, you get a $2 bonus on those. So that's great. The next thing that I recommend that you add is the TESOL. Now, VIPKid has their own course that they want you to take for TESOL. It means Teachers of English to Speakers of Other Languages. And the TESOL is just a technique of how to teach English to people that speak other languages. It's an international corporation, and they have a standard program that they do. They worked with VIPKid to come up with this TESOL certification through VIPKid. Now, this is not the same as a TESOL certification that you might get through a university, but it does work for VIPKid. I do not know if you can take that TESOL certification and then use it in your public schools. I don't know if that's able to do it or not, but try it and see, okay? But I do recommend you get the TESOL certification through VIPKid. Even if you have TESOL certification separately from where you've already taught, I still recommend that you do the VIPKid one. It doesn't take a huge amount of time, and many parents are looking not only for you to, even if you have that listed in your certifications, they want to see that you have the VIPKid one, okay? So that's just one of the search parameters that they have. I strongly recommend that you get the VIPKid TESOL one. There are 2 parts to it. There's a foundational one and then the advanced one. Do both of them. You can do both of them probably in... there are some hints to help you do them quickly in our Facebook group. Look for hints. We can help you. It doesn't take long, okay? So be sure and add that TESOL certification. So those are the ones you need to add first. Make sure you have level 2, level 3, the trials 3.0, and then the TESOL. After that, you can add anything else. You can add the level 4 and 5, and you can add any other courses that are available for you to do. Now, there are 2 separate websites for VIPKid. You're going to get emails that say something about, we have created a new login for you. Some people are like, new login, I don't want to change my website or my password or anything like that. That's not what they're talking about. It's 2 different websites, okay, that belong to VIPKid. One of them is called the Hutong, and one of them is called FreshDesk. The word Hutong is Chinese for neighborhood. And in the Hutong, we have challenges that kind of teach us about the company, and they teach us about VIPKid culture. And they also have discussion there. There are discussion boards there. If you have a question or comment, you can go into the Hutong and post on this, and that you can see all sorts of chat and questions, and you can make comments or ask further questions, all that. VIPKid reads everything on the Hutong, and so that's a great place if you go, I really don't like that we'd have to do blah, 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 blah. The Hutong is the place to do that. Okay. So that's a great place to do it. They're just going to send you this. You click on the link. It lets you set up your own login for the Hutong. And you definitely need to do that. You also need to get this for FreshDesk. On FreshDesk, they have workshops that you can sign up for. Definitely as a new teacher, you need to be taking some workshops and learning more about the company. There's a great workshop that you should really start off. The very first one you should take is called Marketing Yourself. Okay. So go take the Marketing Yourself workshop. It'll be on Zoom. Similar to the conference the conference things that you've already done, the online conferences that you've already done, but definitely go do some workshops there. There's also all kinds of procedures that are on FreshDesk there. We used to communicate with the company on things called tickets through FreshDesk, but they've now moved those, and the tickets are the way they want us to communicate with the company. So if I have a question, if I have a problem, if, hey, this went wrong in class today, or I need to talk to someone about this pay issue or something like that, they want you to send in a ticket. Okay. And the tickets are on the VIPKid portal, the website. Okay. If you look on that top red bar that we looked at, the dark orange red bar at the top, look all the way over to the right, and there's one called support. You click on that one and then contact support, and that will let you open up a ticket where you can talk with the company about something. Be patient with those. Sometimes it takes 24 to 48 hours to get responses on that. They are mostly answered by Chinese employees of VIPKid, sometimes going through a translator. So make sure that you write it in very, very simple language. So as it goes through the translator and then back to you, there's no confusion with that. Okay. So just make sure that you are using simple language in order to communicate with them through those tickets. Okay. All right. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about is just have some patience right now, okay? So you're a brand new teacher. I know you want to get some bookings, and it does take some time. Some people book immediately. I had a teacher that passed her mock classes a couple of days ago. She's gotten all of her documentation in. She signed her contract last night. She's got a booking for tomorrow. Okay, I'm thrilled for her. Then I've got other teachers that signed their contract a month ago and still don't have their first booking. So it just depends on what's going on right now. This is I'm actually doing this just a few days after Christmas. Right now is a great time to get bookings because a lot of teachers are taking time off for Christmas and New Year's, so it's a great time to get bookings right now. We are coming in. I will warn you. Let me go ahead and warn you here. We are coming into Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is celebrated from the later part of January, the last week or so of January, all the way through February, and just be ready. Bookings are going to go down during Chinese New Year. Okay, so just be ready for that. Everybody's going to have a tough time. Almost the entire country travels somewhere during Chinese New Year. Kids go stay with grandparents. Grandparents have lousy internet or they're traveling. I taught kids last year who were on buses. I taught one who was at the swimming pool, in an indoor swimming pool, and it was crazy loud, but we had class anyway with her wrapped up in a towel in her swimsuit. It's just... I've taught kids in the back end of cars. I've taught kids in the middle of a fireworks show because they have fireworks every single night in most of the major cities. So Chinese New Year is coming up. Expect bookings to be low there. If you're starting in January into February, just expect that you're not going to have a lot of bookings quite yet. Okay. Once March hits, the kids all hit the classes good, strong, and they come back with a fever. But February is very low for everybody. So just be ready for that in February. Okay? All right. I hope that answers most of your questions and gets you on the right track for VIPKid. There are lots and lots of other questions, but like I said, please be sure and join our group, VIPKid Teachers Hired, as a hired teacher, so that you can kind of have a place to ask questions of all that. Okay? Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it very much. Be sure and give me a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel so that you can see new things that are coming out about VIPKid and how I can help you through that process. Thanks so much. Bye. Bye-bye.